But it's streaming with video? Or?
It's streaming in private, so it's
Private,
really,
yeah.
Yeah, so I will take the video
I see
after.
this.
I've never seen like fucking the back end of YouTube.
But it's streaming with video? Or?
It's streaming in private, so it's
Private,
really,
yeah.
Yeah, so I will take the video
I see
after.
this.
I've never seen like fucking the back end of YouTube before. It's just pretty advanced, man.
Yeah. Okay, right now we work.
It's on your TV. Everything we used to watch on TV is on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like History Channel.
Everything.
There's a guy
National
talking-
Geographic.
And there's a guy that talks about fucking everything has someone talking about it. You know,
Everything's on YouTube.
I
I only recently got into YouTube and started reading shit.
Really?
Watching shit.
There's actually you can learn. I learned how to do like film editing. on YouTube. Like you can learn.
But that stuff I know. Like tutorials and all that. I'm just saying like interesting shows and like.
There's a Chinese one I watch called X-Force.
Oh, I think I heard of that guy. I haven't seen it. I heard of it.
What do you want to listen to? Yeah, let me turn on some.
Funny is like elevator music. A lot of these hybrid stuff now is very fruity. It's like very sweet, tasty. Party weed.
Yeah, I think before like I smoke, I feel like it's gonna take you a whole night.
Yeah. This
But nowadays I feel like
Short.
okay,
yeah. Real super high all of a sudden and then like
yeah, and then we come
real
back.
quick. Like play some jazz.
Yeah.
Leo try to say something.
Check. Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Or we should
Picking up.
be
Yup.
closer. Oh,
So he needs to get to the yellow part, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Try to say something.
Yo. Hello?
Check.
Hello, check.
Yeah, I think we okay now.
Check 1, 2.
Check 1, 2. Okay. Welcome to Pang Embassy, episode 1, first trip with Tom. BIGZ. Is BIGZ or big?
Biggs.
BIGZ.
So now like this is my name, right? I don't know, like
What'd you do?
it's kind of a funny story. Like I don't know, cause if people know of like Edison, like he's Tupac, and I used to be a big guy. I used to be like bigger than Leo, and then that's why they call me Biggs. Yeah, because he's Tupac, I'm Biggs.
Ah,
I
okay.
don't know. It was just like a funny thing. Yeah,
Notorious. BIGZ.
yeah. Because in my era, it's like West Coast, East Coast beef, hip hop thing. Yeah, so it's like my era. So yeah.
What's your show about, Pang?
Oh yeah. Sorry, people, I'm too high. Right now, it's me, Bang, and I'm with Tom and Leo. Yeah.
And how do you know us? How did you meet us?
Yeah. I meet you through Cosmo, Vibrators.
I think you should say you meet him through music.
Ah. I meet you through music.
Because you do a radio show.
Yeah.
And then in a way, I think I met Leo through music. But even though he came to Shanghai to play a gig, right? But I never went. But it was through music that I met him as well. Yeah.
I think that's when we opened the shop. Sometimes to people that listen to deeper music, it's easier to talk to than people that just listen to chart music.
Yeah, the Billboard hundreds.
Yeah, if you're too lazy to look for music, then I think it kind of tells a lot about what you're.
Like back in the day, I have a boss that when I worked for a sport company, right? So she would tell me like-minded people's always come together.
Yeah.
Like it's natural. So I know in a way I think like Bangkok itself, because it's such great energy, right? It's just people want to come here. You know, of course, I mean it's great weather, right? Never rain, not no rain, but doesn't really rain, and it's always nice, right? And then I mean, Leo, you moved out here, right? You lived many places, whatever, and then somehow always come back here for me. Yeah.
What attracts you to come back to Bangkok? Because you can go anywhere. You can go Philippines. You can go India. Why'd you come here?
I think so. I've been here many times. So since I was a kid, I think this is because my background is I'm from Hong Kong. So I think back in the day, a lot of the Hong Kong families would come here, like in the 80s or 90s, or even now, or they never stop. Like it's like Hong Kong, because like people are like fans of Thailand, right? So anyways, like when I was a kid, I came here, Siam.
Yeah.
I remember it was not even pedestrian walkway, which is pedestrian walkway now. And then we would come here to eat. I remember hot pot, truck fin, like that's like a must check, like checklist for Hong Kong, like tourists. And then when I was a kid, come here to buy bootleg VHS. Yeah. So that was, I think, was very Thai special. Like only Thailand would have this kind of stuff.
What kind of movies?
I think any movies, like Hong Kong movies, like a lot of Hong Kong movies. And then I think we'll talk about this later. Where in this trip, I found out, there's a huge influence Hong Kong movies, like that culture and actually Thai culture. I think Pangy can talk about that later. I think that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to that later. But now, what brought me back is, I think it was after COVID, and then Thailand was more the first kind of country to first open up, right? And then I was in China during that time during COVID. So after China reopened, like I didn't really had the confidence to travel far. I don't know why. Maybe it was because of the whole COVID situation and my mentality. And I guess I didn't want to go through all that process bullshit, going through immigration. You need to give them your vaccinated shot, whatever, all that. But Thailand didn't have any of that. So and then I heard from people like, yo, Thailand is different. Like it's developed, it's different. Because I think before I came back that time, I never came back for maybe 15 years. Yeah. So 15 years ago, when COVID at the end first opened up, it was like an old school British like kind of agency that moved over here to open up to do stuff for Adidas. So it's called Crocodiles. So anyways, from that time on until last time I came, huge change.
Yeah. Totally different, I think.
So that was the start, and then from 15 years it's been developed a lot. So a lot more street fashion labels, and I see like even kids dressed differently. And I remember like back then, a lot of the teenagers were mostly rock, right? Yeah. And then I know the music scene here is huge now. Like,
is there any stores that you went to back in the day?
back then, was it 24 karat?
Oh yeah.
24 karat.
Yeah.
I think they were pretty cool. Like in Siam, whole building, and then remember it was all black. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then like I think the owners are like rappers, right?
There, motocross. I know.
Yeah.
I actually know how.
Yeah. I met them once because some people introduced me. I'm like, yo, these guys are real. Yeah. And then later I found out they also have a Nike account. They sell Nikes. Yeah. So people know me. I'm like really into sneakers. Yeah.
They got a restaurant now.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Okay.
They do really good paella.
Oh.
I still haven't been, but
Okay.
they make really good
Wow.
Spanish.
Because they're like European, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're Spanish.
Spanish. Yeah. And then they also have some like locals with them.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the old Bangkok for me. And the new Bangkok now is, because when I first came was just Siam Paragon, and now it's like, whoa, you know, all these other places. Because recently it's like one Bangkok and all that, right?
Yeah.
Icon Siam,
Do you
those are like
go
the
to
new ones.
shopping malls when you come to Thailand?
That's the only thing, man. You have to. You like what I've learned if I travel. I mean, this is travel, our topic today, right?
Yeah.
Every hot country, like tropic country or desert country, it's just mall culture.
Oh, yeah.
I call that mall culture. Yeah. So Thailand, because it's too hot, you got to go inside.
Yeah.
It's like AC, and in Dubai, you got to go inside. Yeah.
And also, what is your, like, why you here this trip?
This trip,
Yeah.
since I've been traveling here after like COVID, right? You know, of course, met many friends. Like, you know, I met you, met Leo. You know, I have other friends, and I think it's just this place. Like, no one's lying. It's magical, right? Everyone has a different trip when they come here, but for me, it's like really vacation, like cleansing myself, like inside, really relaxing. It's not just like mentally. I mean, no, I'm sorry, like physically. It's also mentally. Yeah. Like coming to Cosmo, it's like me, like just enjoying myself and like not thinking of anything. It's like a little haven for me. Yeah. And then every time I try to do Thailand, this time I have more time. I'll do the city, and then I'll do the beach, like Hua Hin, and then really like Chiang Mai,
Yeah.
because I feel like Northern Thailand is like a different culture
Yeah.
in a way. Yeah, and then South is different.
Yeah.
Bangkok is just really on their own. I feel like, yeah.
Yeah.
And probably Bangkok is the most Chinese influence, right? I would think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's how my observation. I don't know.
Because it's like a
Yeah.
commerce trading city back in
Yeah.
the day. So I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Chinese people like to do business.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
talking about like Fujian, Tianjin.
And also recently is like when I first, after COVID coming, and then impressed with Bangkok and the energy, and then seeing some old friends, and then finding out that actually a lot of my friends are part Chinese, like Pang,
Yeah.
yeah, and like, or the prime minister now, he's full Chinese or something, right?
Yeah.
So then it got me even more interested, like, because if people know me, like I have a brand called ACU, and then it's basically East meet West. Like that's our theme, because in a way I'm educated from the West, but of course my background is East, and I kind of want to respect my roots, but merging East and West together.
But now you're Southeast.
Yeah, now it's a little bit Southeast.
Yeah.
But right now everyone's talking about Global South.
That's true.
Yeah. So I actually saw the importance of the market, I think, Southeast Asia. Like, let's take Singapore away, I think. Because Singapore is really developed in a way. But I see really good in Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia. And in a way, it's because I see the linkages last time from like all my friends, actually some Chinese. And I finally like understanding, wow, 80% or 70% of Thai nationals have some sort of percentage of Chinese in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was reading on Google, I checked. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Malaysia is huge population.
What does that heritage mean to you?
So it makes me feel home. Yeah.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
I think because you can find food that.
I resemble, to see that it's that this taste I had when I was a kid. Yeah. It's like the beef briskets here, like the boat noodle, like it's a, in Hong Kong it's chai zai mein, right? But it's their type of chai zai mein,
It's like
car
close
noodle.
enough to home, but still a little bit different.
Yeah.
You're not eating a burger.
Yeah, but they mix it up in a different way.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So like, of course, we don't have char siu in our wonton noodle, but they have it. Yeah, but you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Even though I think Hong Kong is better char siu, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thailand char siu is too lean.
Yeah.
But I understand because Thailand people is used to that.
Yeah.
That's why they don't like our chicken rice. You guys like the
lean.
Yeah.
lean and like fully cooked.
Yeah.
Like sous vide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the fat.
And big
raw.
and like juicy.
Raw, not raw, but you can see blood.
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Perfectly cooked.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, for me, it's eating good food, seeing people, you know, like, it's hard to find like-minded people nowadays, I think, you know, like, because everyone's communication is just through the internet. They forgot about how a genuine conversation like we have right now, you know?
Yeah.
It's very, you forget. If you type something to someone, you forget. But when you really talk, like today, I think I'll remember this conversation for a long time, you know, like, that's why, you know, I think I also gave you that small idea, and I'm like, hey, this is something that you should do,
Yeah.
you know?
And actually, like this program starting like a random walking,
Yeah.
like
Back to my hotel.
just a random walking and talking. And
That's
then-
what I'm saying, you know, like
Yeah.
like-minded people come together, and then we'll
Yeah.
think of something fun.
Yeah. This is from my side, but from Leo's side, he have this kind of project that like he gonna manage the program for radio, like beside the DJing session.
Yeah.
Yeah. From him, and then from you.
You know, after this series,
Yeah.
I have a new one for you. Take it back to COVID. I mean, of course, none of that shit again, all right? But the funny thing is, like, all the friends that misses Bangkok, you should do a Zoom call with them. But that's on video. And then you'd be like, the team is like, do you miss Bangkok? And then let them talk about what they miss about it. That's fun.
You can talk about what's new here too.
Yeah, and then you talk about what's new here. I think listeners, audience would love to listen to that. It's cool. You know? I think people forgot about what's real nowadays, you know?
Yeah.
Because everything is AI. All the bullshit is on like IG, you know? Like half of it is like not even people I follow,
I
man.
started to do that where if I want to go to a country I've never been before, I would look at YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And then I would just say, okay. I would even look at the airport video so I don't feel
You're like so like,
comfortable.
yeah.
Because I get really scared if I go to an airport where I don't know where anything is.
I'm like you. Like I told you earlier today, right? My first trip solo was 5 years old. My dad made me do it. And then like I had to transit in Seoul, man. Yeah, and fly to Detroit to pick up, like, to meet with my mom because my little brother was born in Detroit. Yeah, I was going there to meet them.
Traveling by yourself, it's a good skills to have.
Yeah, but that's why I was saying, you know, like to her earlier, I was like, I'm glad my dad made me do that one trip because I was 5, but I really remembered everything. Yeah, I was nervous, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like, can you share with us a little bit, like, how you growing up, like, you moving a lot. I talked to you before, like, you moving up. Can you share with us, like, how was it to be growing up, born somewhere, growing up somewhere, study somewhere, and work somewhere? Can you, like, share us the timeline of, like,
A little bit like Leo. I think Leo's
Yeah.
been in many places. Yeah.
yeah,
I want to hear yours first.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Leo's later. Okay. But I'm, you know, born in Hong Kong. I think we moved to Canada when we were 5. But a lot of people, like Vancouver, but a lot of people, Vancouver is like, a lot of Chinese people, whatever. You know, a lot of Chinese people living there, big community. But actually, when I lived there, when I was first moved there, there was not Chinese people at all. Like, not at all, but very little. So it was kind of cool because that was like the real, I think it was like the real Canada. So when you move to different places, I mean, I understand there's actually a lot of overseas students that go to different countries, but they only stick to themselves. I don't think that's cool. I mean, like, if your family has the ability or what, or you know, that to send you somewhere, I think you should be part of that culture and learn.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I was similar situation. So in high school,
Yeah.
because I went to a boarding school where Chinese people, Taiwanese people don't really integrate with
Each other. Outside.
The U.S. students.
Yeah.
But then I had the same thing. Like, my parents sent me here. I should.
Yeah.
Why am I like, if I can do that in Taiwan, I I don't
Just stay there.
Stay there. Why do I go all the way to do it there?
Yeah.
So I played football. I thought, like, what did they do? They play football. So okay, let's play.
Yeah.
I'm down. So I
Yeah.
joined this team,
Yeah.
and after that, a lot more people.
I mean, you got it early. You knew their culture, and then that's the way to gateway into it.
Yeah, and I met a lot of friends, and
Yeah.
the tension between like international students and the U.S.
Were you like the guy?
I don't know. Like I don't think I was, but a lot more people joined after me. Like a lot of international schools. Oh, they play baseball, basketball, and sports kind of became like kind of like a bridge. Really, it's cliche. But
For me, it was like soccer, playing with the kids in Vancouver. But like, of course, we had to fight, and then it was always the Chinese kids or the Asian kids, like including inside it was the Japanese kid, I remember, and then it's against the Canadian kids. But at the end, I was friends with all of them, and then somehow I was like I'm not saying like the middle guy, but maybe this Asian kid was getting picked by these kids. I'm like, yo man, he's my homie, man, he's cool. And then like the Canadian kids, they're like, okay, great. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
So Canada, and then back to Hong Kong, and age of 11, and then of course my Chinese wasn't to par, to the standard, so I can't go to the local school. So the only thing is go to the international school, right? American one in Hong Kong, right? So that's where I met most of that's how I shaped me into this industry, I guess, of course, Edison, and most of my people on my grade actually.
But did you always want to do this?
Well, I think we were just joking when we were young. We're like, dude, it'd be so cool. Like, we like have our own music, our own club, our own clothing, and like maybe our own restaurant. I don't know. We're just thinking out loud, yeah. And then somehow it just happened, yeah. And then after that, went to LA for school, and then actually in between that it was SARS, and I was stuck in Hong Kong, and at that time I was in Japan with Edison, and that's when kind of how clock started, yeah. And then of course I wasn't done with school, went back to LA to finish school, and then after a year a bit, I think we already kind of had a plan with Edison. I was like, we were supposed to do clock together, and I was like, no, I've got to go back to finish my school. But we're like, yo, let's do a sneaker store, because it was always me and my little brother are really into sneakers in a way, and then that's how we started it in Shanghai. So, and then so I lived in Tokyo, LA, and Shanghai now. Yeah. So I think this industry really made me give me the opportunity to travel different places. And then I was never a good student. I never graduated fucking college. Yeah, but I'm a very practical person, because I never really believed in education. It was like all trial and error. And I'm a type of student where like, yo, you're gonna get kicked out of school, man. That's when I really fucking work my ass off, right? But I guess in real life, you don't get to fuck up. You just have to fucking do it, Yeah. So a lot of that I've learned in the industry.
Yeah.
And during that time when I was in Japan, like really learned from the senpais there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they have their, like Japanese, their way of really working. I think it's incredible. Yeah.
How long did you like traveling in and out Japan and like living?
I don't know.
Working?
Like, I think add up together more than 10 years. Like
Oh.
together, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, even like back in the day, like just being a fan of the culture, right? Because again, we lived. I mean, we were going to American school. Of course, we were we call it exposed to American culture, like rap music, rock, or whatever, like skate, graffiti, all this. So for us, like these North American kids, Hong Kong didn't have any of this stuff, right? So the closest place was Japan. So Japan, of course, all these other OGs, of course, went and lived in other places, right? Lived in other places to bring back all the culture into Japan. So what I see Japan was they respected the culture. They brought it back to Japan, but they even made it even crazier
Yeah.
in a way. I don't know. We were talking about like 2 days ago. Look, Japan and Italian food has nothing to do with each other. But number one Italian food in the world now is Japan. Yeah. So that's how crazy they are. Like, you know, you guys are DJs. Like, they old school DJ really dig, look for music. So I think even in this culture is about digging, right? And then if you don't dig, you don't know. Because street culture is not like Chinese history, 3,000 years, 5,000 years, whatever. But it's really only this long, right? So I think really for you to go, you got to go to those places to really like feel it, right? So for us, it was Japan.
Like, I think they treat everything. I think there's a thing where they believe every industry has a god. So if you are doing, if you're making food, you will do the best to
The god.
to become good.
And it is also their rule, like in life. Like if they do it, they have to focus and do the best out of it. Like, yeah. If not, they fail.
Yeah, I respect it.
Yeah,
so
it's
much.
also like sort of like their samurai in a way.
Yeah.
It's honor.
Yeah, so to me, it's like I learned a little bit from them, and you know, being on time, and you know, like stuff like that.
Because I if you gonna, I think I'm like I see life is like that. Like if you gonna make something, just try. I guess do your best. And
Yeah,
you can't really blame nothing if that doesn't work out.
yeah, yeah. So to me, not being a good student,
Yeah.
so traveling for me, I think I learned everything from everyone,
Yeah. And also
and
can
just traveling.
Yeah,
you know?
can you like talking about
Oh,
the
you mean-
traveling
Okay.
without like pre-internet,
Okay.
and then you have to like
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what I was
go
talking
walk
about.
and
Yeah.
like go do something. Or
So back then, like Japan,
Yeah.
you know, there's all these other crazy stores that you know, like there's the Supreme, there's all these like sneaker stores, whatever. So the only information for us, there was no internet, right? So, of course, in Hong Kong, there were all these secondhand magazine stores, right? Like in Bangkok or whatever, like it's like Boon and like sneakers, like you know those magazines. So we would buy those, and then because in the pages they would have a map. Oh, this store is here. We don't know Japanese. Back then, a lot of Japanese people don't speak really good English.
what long time ago? How long ago?
Maybe like late 90s,
Before Google
like
Maps.
middle, like 95, 94, like that time.
Before
Yeah.
Google Maps, you have to really check.
Yeah, so there's no GPS, right? So taxi doesn't know where you're going, you know, same. I mean, true, like, so I remember like we had to find, I don't know how many days we found, it took us to find Supreme when at the end when it, you know, when Japan opened, right? So all these other sneaker stores we try to find, it took us forever. So maybe like 1 or 2 days, we tried to find a place, we couldn't find it, but we know we're at that area.
Yeah.
So we would like also like rip out pages from the magazine and like save it and keep it in a wallet, yeah, to go find it and ask people. You know, half the people don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was the funnest though.
Yeah.
So it's like you guys dig, like you know, digging for vinyl. Yeah. So those are the memories that it's like, dude, you treasure things more.
But with the GPS, do you feel the same? Like, do you feel like it's easier now, so I should check out more places?
I don't really read the reviews because it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
I'll hit up. That's why I have local friends everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know Leo has my taste of food, right? Or my other Leo friend that you guys know has the, you know, the same taste of food, right? And Pang knows what I like to eat, and we ask these people, you know. I don't trust no Google review or, you know, Little Red Book. Let's go on that shit. You know, everyone's on that China like Little Red Book, right?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Yeah.
But that's kind of the magazine that they're using that.
Now, yeah, it's like the. But the thing is, they never. It's really easy thinking though. It's a thought process. I don't know the vlogger. Why should I trust her?
The influencer.
Yeah. Of course, I trust my own friend. Yeah.
That's why they call them like influencer.
So back then, for me, with like, when it's slowly becoming more like Instagram, like there's no even Instagram back then. It's blogs on like, you know, on website, right? That's our news in a way. Like that's our CNN, that's our whatever. And then we would go. They didn't even have RSS back then. You have to keep going back to see if they updated, you know? Yeah. And then you go back and it's updated, which, oh shit, that's the new shit coming out, but you don't even know.
That's true.
Yeah.
How did Nike like tell people when the shoe release? Back in the day before internet.
Just have to kind of like go to their shop. Yeah. There's no, you don't know. Yeah. There's no raffle. It's like, oh, remember to come buy this shoe on Thursday. You know, no. Yeah. You just have to kind of go.
Well, even parties, like people would promote it. They would
Yeah.
do flyers.
I'm telling you, like when I used to go to raves and all this, like it was at the end of when people are leaving, the promoters are there handing out flyers.
Yeah. The next party.
Yeah. It's like, so it would be like, yo, after party now. And it would be like, this is next week, and this is in 2 weeks, or this is the big one in 2 months. Yeah. And all those flyers, it meant something. It's like art. You know, like e-flyers now is kind of like, not, I don't know, just not as,
It's easier. It's AI now.
it's not material, like you can't touch it. It's not, like you don't treasure. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Back in the day, it took you so hard to find that shop, and you
Japan
finally buy it. Huh?
Japan still do flyers.
Yeah, I know.
If you go to any club in Japan,
There's billboards, like in the club area, of what's coming up. Yeah.
I go to a cafe and they have a table with the event, like group DJ, and have a little flyer, take it home.
Yeah.
Just bring that back.
And then a lot of like streetwear store they would support the community, right? They have it up in a table just for this stuff.
Ah.
New York now still do this, like still. Yeah.
Actually, they don't have lookbooks, and actually a book you can like read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, just like books and things I think it's just, everything's lost. Anyways, yeah. So I thought that's all the stuff that I used to, I'm sure Leo does that too, like collect this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
When you go, yeah. Japan, like, because people are respecting this culture, you know? Yeah. It's like things around, like, sending the message. That's what it is, you know? But you don't see it anymore. It's all Instagram.
And back then, like, to make like a friendship or relationship between like you and the OG, like you need a lot of like,
Let me ask you a question though.
yeah.
Would you treasure a person that you met in person? Or it was like a person that you talked to IG a lot, that you never met?
I mean, in person better.
Of course.
Yeah.
But people nowadays, it feels like they're trying to impress people that they don't know. But the people they know is like, oh, I already got their validation. I don't fucking care. Yeah. And people get sad, like people like give them bad comments, like who the fuck cares, man? You don't know them. Yeah. And they start doing all this crazy war, you know, talking shit. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I know what you're trying to get to though. It's just like like Leo, you know, he respects, he knows what's going on. You know, he respects the culture, but it's just like we have common friends. It's just like kind of like a unwritten rule, I call that, right? So if I go to New York, I'm like, oh, yo, Leo, I've never been there. You got homies there? Yo, let me hit him up. I'm like, I never met him, but they know that I'm Leo's homie. Automatic, like they take care of you.
If I don't know him, but if I know someone that's kind of sketchy, I would also warn you.
Yeah.
Like,
You know that guy's coming, dude. He's no, yeah.
If you really want to hang with somebody, like, just be careful with it.
It's like I'm sure he'll go like show up at your spot, yeah, and tell you that he knows me. Yeah. So that's how we, you know, like makes me feel more confident to go to, you know, other places that I've never been to.
What if you have to go to a place where you don't have it, you don't know?
Don't have any?
Like you just Ask everybody if they don't know. You gotta kind of just have to.
I'm gonna end up coming back to Bangkok then. No, because it's just.
Is there any countries you want to go that you don't know anywhere?
Iceland, I told you earlier, right? But just because my wife wanted to go.
You want to go?
Yeah. I want to check out, like, Northern Lights and all that. Yeah, that I want to check out. I want to go to Morocco. Yeah, Morocco, because I know there's like a big like music thing there. Yeah, like back in the 60s, 70s, like a lot of musicians just moved there just to make music, right? Or to actually like, change their whole like, vision of music.
That's deep stories.
Yeah. And then like some spiritual shit, right? It's also like in India, like Goya and all that, right? That's like another thing, but something similar like that. Also want to check out like Sahara Desert and like Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah. Because I never really traveled a lot of Europe. Because to me, it's like on that side, like it's closer to travel to Africa from like Europe. But I guess I'm more like a West Coast kid, like LA and all that. So it's like Tokyo may be a little closer.
Yeah.
Like, but if you live in New York, like London, and then you probably go to France, Yeah. So
It's also like the type of country you visit too. Like Iceland is probably not like Tokyo. Or like city versus Bangkok is still kind of this shopping mall.
yeah.
So it's not really like you're not
But it's
camping.
but it still has a huge street kind of culture here, like the food. Number one, and it's craziest street food in the world, etc. Right?
Yeah.
There's a difference, like a street. The mall is a new culture. Yeah.
But we have a lot of malls now.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. And any place you like you have been there before and like, yo, I like it.
Want to go back, right?
Yeah.
Thailand.
I mean, like, yeah.
No, like just like last time, right? When the first time I met you, right? I told you to go to Chiang Mai. But there's like places for me where I don't know, like I'm not saying my instinct is strong, but like I know what I like and like that vibe of the place. Like Chiang Mai, I got off the plane. Of course it's not like a big airport, right? Got off the plane, got a bit of luggage, and then go get the taxi or limousine, whatever, and then got to the hotel. One thing that shocked me is, because Bangkok is a little messy, right? A lot of garbage, whatever, it's a very happening city. But I got off, Chiang Mai, everything is clean. I mean, of course, it's a little, not as metropolitan like Bangkok, but clean, no traffic, not much traffic. I mean, everything is very close, right? But the hotel was good, and then everything I felt like super chill. So I was like, yeah, I can come back here, like without even sleeping and wake up the next day. Like I'm there for like a couple hours. I was like, yeah, I can do it. I like it. So of course, Bangkok and Chiang Mai. Like for me, it's like 3 days Bangkok, and then maybe 6 days in Chiang Mai or 5 days.
What do you do
It's
in
like
Chiang Mai
perfect.
when you're there?
Walk around more because the air is better, less hot, and then a lot of massage. I feel like some of the restaurants there are really good. Like there's a one called like Black Kitchen or something. It's like coffee is good.
Really?
Yeah. I went to a spot. Oh, I forgot where it is. It's in Nimman area.
Yeah, Nimman.
Yeah, but it's like in a corner, like very run down, but really good coffee. Yeah, I forgot the name, but it's really good.
We get our coffee from Chiang Mai.
They got good soil. Yeah.
Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, they do farm
Yeah.
for coffee and matcha.
And that's why they burn the field.
Yeah.
That's a
ฮะกระเป๋าแล็ปท็อป He forget his laptop.
It's all good. We can cut this part out.
Yeah. Can do. I don't need.
Cotton mouth. Yeah, so every time I travel, I think I learn things like, like I learned something. You're a new friend, you know, learned something for you. Met Leo, you know, like I learned something. Everybody. It's like, to me, I call it like community college. Learn from the street.
Yeah.
And then also,
I think we've been traveling like this. I think our parents are like, you can go here, go find this guy.
yeah. I mean, that's how they did it before, you know, like, but that they didn't have no iPhone back then. It was seriously a phone book, you know, like.
Or like an address.
Yeah.
Go here, you'll know.
But, you know, and they're like a really good friend of mine, also like a good teacher, like an OG, you know, in LA. So like Eddie Cruz, like he's like founder of Undefeated. He told me, he's like, you're in this industry, you have to keep connection with like the young community. That's when you can do influence with them and teach them and also learn from them what they are like observing, you know, what they're seeing. And it'll keep you become better.
And I feel that you hang out with a lot of younger. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important for our kind
But
of
I
kind of
didn't
ministry.
see a lot of like OG people like hang out with like.
Maybe I'm not OG. I'm saying I'm not
No,
OG,
no.
but I'm an older guy. I'm one of the oldest guy you maybe know. I don't know. Is it? Do you
No.
know someone older than me?
No, I think Shabbat, like,
Except Nathan. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
yeah, I think Shabbat, like, been in the industry for a long time.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of the people I met, right? A lot of my OGs, they're the same. Yeah, and that's why I make them so successful. Is being humble, right? Yeah. I'm not saying I'm like successful, but I just think being as a human being, doesn't matter what industry you're at,
Yeah.
you should be humble. I mean, we're all of a Chinese background, right? All taught to be humble. Yeah. I mean, the older you get, you understand when you're young, the older people are saying like, it's right. You know? Yeah. And when you're young, we're like, so annoying, why are you saying that shit? Right? But older you get, you're like, they're right.
And what did you get from like traveling a lot? Like what did you get from it? Like in your feeling? Like what is giving you?
I think refueling myself. And then I go back. I'm like, oh, if I work hard, I can come back and travel. Yeah. I think. Also, like, look, maybe eating a lot of different kinds of food. And it kind of inspired me to do other dishes because I like to cook. Yeah. Like, to me, like, you guys make me make music, right? For me, like, my studio is a kitchen. Like, that's, like, the spot where if I cook, I'm, like, in the zone. And then I put on music, you know, and I just do it. Like, I can cook the beef brisket for, like, 2 days. Like, I do the broth first, and then, well, it's not even that. It's like, you need to bake the pork bones first. Then you do the broth. And then the broth takes like 3 or 4 hours. But if you cool down the broth and then you reheat it the next day, it's like more flavor. Then you do the brisket. So, yeah, it's like a process where like music as well, right? Yeah.
But I feel that a lot of guys or friends that I know who was like studying abroad or like living by themselves since a kid, they all can cook. Like
Maybe they're all fat kids because I used to be a fat kid, you know. So like I'm like, oh,
Still fun.
yeah.
yeah.
I learned a lot from my mom cooking.
Same.
I think if I miss my mom, I just cook.
But my mom told me like I was 7. Like she woke up from a nap. She came down from the 2nd floor. I was cooking fried rice. Yeah. Yeah, she's like, what are you doing? So I got like the chair like this, like a short, like, you know, and I was like on top, like, yeah. And then I was like, taste it. And she's like, oh, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I never
It's
learned.
a talent.
Yeah, it's like trial and error. I guess that's like how I am with earlier stage of my life, like trial and error. Like, of course, you fuck up so hard until
You
you.
ever work in like you cook as well, but do you ever like work in a restaurant or food?
Never.
or anything?
Well, maybe. Would I want to? you're in this business. It's very tiring, man. The thing is, like, I don't know how to teach that guy how to cook my dish,
But you know, it's
or like, or make it into a dish that is profitable. Like, what other ingredients I can use to, you know, replace it to make it cheaper so I can sell it. You know, but of course, if they give me time, I could do it. But never learned how to do that. Yeah.
But I think you're in the creative scene where it comes as like, if you make a shoe, you're trying to please, like, you want to make someone happy. But that circle might be smaller because you make men's shoes, so maybe only men can.
No, I mean, like I said, I was working in Nike for 10 years. I did a lot of events, right? So to me, running a restaurant is like an event every day.
Yeah.
You know, like
Every day. It's
different.
a pop-up.
Yeah, it's a pop up every
Every day.
yeah. It's just like yours right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the strategy, like, but event is a one-off thing. You have this much money, but you got to make it shine. If I run a restaurant, I might go broke because I try to.
Make the
I try. Everyone had a good time, but you make everyone have a good time. You got to give them a lot of free shit. Yeah, so that's not gonna work. But yes, I thought about it, but
It could be markets.
it could be me consulting for a restaurant. You know, maybe.
Just teaching people.
Yeah. You know, or maybe next time I told you, like, I want to cook something here, and then I'll be like, hey, this is my recipe. I'll leave it, and then you guys make an interpretation that make it work for a restaurant. You know, like profit out of it.
What is your like your cooking skill, like menu, like the best menu you made?
The best
Best dish.
dish.
Yeah, best dish.
I think I mastered the big beef brisket, Hong Kong. Yeah. So like the bone noodle beef, right? Yeah. Because there's two types. Leo knows. One's like the clear soup, and then the other one's like the braised.
Yeah.
I can do braised too. Yeah. Braised is actually a lot easier.
I think Thai people like the braised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start.
Yeah. A little bit sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good with rice too. I know you guys eat the pork soup one, right? Like without the noodle, people will order the rice to eat.
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. Some kind like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and another thing I would like to do, travel to different places. Like I'm sure Leo has a friend somewhere with something like this,
Yeah.
you know, and then I'll do like a pop up there, you know.
Yeah, bro. We're trying to be more people like us so we can do
Yeah.
this.
I mean, like I know you guys do music, and music unifies people. I think food unifies people, and then like I guess I'm Chinese in a way. We all sit around the table, right? All share, and I believe that like when everyone's eating, there's never argument or war. It's like it's always a peaceful dining table. Yeah.
Except some Thanksgiving dinners.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, like four of us last time going to eat, we didn't say anything.
Yeah.
We just ate.
But always having a good time with you guys.
Yeah. Eating food's always a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Travel, just go eat. I think there's
Yeah.
nothing else.
That's already, it's already like meditation like that. I think for me, like seeing friends like you guys, like is meditation. Because for me, it's just like work, home. I don't do anything.
Yeah.
Well, I got interested. Have you been to a country where there's no McDonald's?
Have I been to?
Have you been to a country where there's no McDonald's?
Without?
Yeah.
No. I haven't been to.
I was thinking about this the other day. Because when you see a McDonald's, you're like, oh, at least there's a McDonald's back there. You know?
But I remember when one of the first times I went to Shanghai, McDonald's just opened a couple months ago,
That's crazy.
and KFC.
So they,
Yeah.
they beat you too.
Yeah. So I remember that when they said the KFC, like the first one in China, they sold the chicken in like 2 hours or 3 hours.
Yeah.
It was like sold out the day. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, a lot of the time you travel and you see, like, you eat and you still see the restaurant that you eat at home and you see it when you travel. You fly like 12 hours to a new country and then you still see the Big Mac on the menu.
Yeah.
But really tasting local food is, really understanding kind of like the culture. Because if you know how to cook, right, you try to figure out the layers, like what they use, right? I guess another big one on me, I'm pretty sure this guy touched a lot of people. It's like in the traveling and all that, it's like Anthony Bourdain, right? Yeah. Like, I think we were talking about that a couple of days ago.
Yeah. And can you talk about that, like you saying you growing up speaking Cantonese to your parents,
Yeah.
but you don't speak Mandarin and you have to like study it, and then you have to like moving from Canada
Yeah.
to get an internship in Shanghai. Can you?
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
Like growing up,
So I
like how
moved
many
to-
languages like you?
I mean,
Yeah.
when I first grew up, of course, like in Hong Kong, right? Cantonese, of course, but kind of started English together because it was British back then, right? And then we had a helper at home. She's like Filipino, so we had to speak English. So that's like probably the first person I had to speak English to. I guess from young already had pretty comfortable with English, right? So then moved to Canada, and then at a young age, right? And then my dad was like, we're moving to Western world now, but you probably won't have as many chance of speaking Chinese or Cantonese because you're living in a Western civilization, right? So he's like, at home, I don't want to hear you and your brother speak English because you guys don't even have enough chance to speak it, and you guys grow up like you guys probably don't know how to write it, at least know how to speak it because you're Chinese background, language you cannot not know, right? And on top of that, it will force us to learn Mandarin in a weekend because he kind of see that future, like, China is like the next market, so he kind of paved us towards that. And then, of course, we're, to be honest, right, we were British rule, whatever, and then back then it was like, mom's like, I gotta bring you back to grandma's hometown and check it out. This is where you guys came from or whatever. No, go back China. No, right? But I think on 16 or 17, I was like, from my internship, I went to Shanghai to do at a advertising agency. I was surprised, man. Shanghai was super fun. yeah. It's like kind of like a hidden party. Yeah, Shanghai's pretty crazy. Yeah. You've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy city.
Yeah.
Parties, food.
Good food too. Yeah. Good food too. Good vibe, but it's just hot weather is always happy. I think.
But actually, when you first moved to the state, what was like the first cultural thing? Were you into the sort of like the street culture before that, or?
LA is already. But you mean in Canada?
No, Canada. Yeah.
Canada, not yet. But this is a good one. This is a good point. How I got into hip hop.
Yeah, how we got into
So I remember MTV is like States, but in Canada it's called Much Music.
Much music.
Yeah. So I went to, of course, when you're young, you always have like kind of like an older parents, friends, like son or something. It's like someone that you look up to, right? So the funny thing is, there were two brothers. Like, I kind of family friends that I grew up with. The younger one played American football, and then the older brother was like the basketball captain. Yeah. So I always thought they were cool guys, right? And then the uncle, I always thought he was the cool guy because he was the guy who, kind of the first one to bring me to Wendy's to eat like a proper burger.
Yeah,
I was like 5, yeah. Like he kind of showed me like the Western culture, like the North American culture. So I always go to his house, and then they were like watching football and all that. I don't know what's going on. Okay, watch, right? And then hockey, because hockey is a big thing.
Yeah.
And then they'll put on like Much Music, and then I don't even know, like by instinct, you know. I think it was like MC Hammer playing at that time, like, and it was late '80s. Can't touch this. And then there was Vanilla Ice. And then I remember we went on a road trip like a couple years later from Vancouver to LA, and then we went to the Tower Records. And then back then I think they were just started too, right? I don't remember it was Sunset or whatever because I remember. And I remember I walked in and I picked up a Public Enemy cassette tape. Yeah. I just picked it up. Yeah. I didn't know what it is. Yeah, but I was like, ooh, that looks kind of cool, like the front and everything. And I think one of the songs was like, what was one of the songs? Oh, and I also picked Guns N' Roses. Yeah.
On Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah. A cassette. And then I remember the Guns N' Roses November Rain one. That album. Yeah. And then back to like watching MC Hammer on whatever. Instinctively I was like nodding my head. I was like, I remember 6 or 7. And then the uncle was like, oh, Tom knows what it is. He's moving with the beat. He's like, he knows what's up. Yeah. That's how I kind of got into it.
Yeah.
And then back to Hong Kong, to the international schools, because like I said, there were kids from North America or different places in the world. And then there were these kids from LA. And then they were like the ones like, oh, these are the cool shit people are listening to. This is called gangster rap. You know, and I was like, oh shit, gangster rap. And then this other kid came from New York. He's like, he lives in Queens. He was like, oh, yo, we're about De La Soul. So I remember it was the CD that year was De La Soul was dead.
Yeah.
And then like, it was like a kind of storytelling, like a fairy tale. Yeah. So that's how I kind of got into it. And then summer, I would do like summer camps. Like, you know, to the States. Like I did one in Detroit because my godparents live there.
Summer camp.
Yeah, like in colleges, like University of Michigan. But I used those times to like go buy my like 555 Soul, like my clothes, you know, and then fashion side, and also like get the music. Because Hong Kong didn't sell it. Yeah.
What's the brands back then?
Like Fat Farm and all that stuff. Yeah. Palais. Yeah. All that. So those are only time that I could like go find my music and like part of this culture. I mean, of course, the things wasn't moving as fast as now. So you probably listen to that song for like 3 years. Yeah. It's still like top of the chart 3 years, you know, something like that. Yeah. I mean, now it's all technology. That's why music, you don't feel the soul of the music anymore. It's all fucking made by computer.
And also, like, what is your first purchase of like streetwear? Like
Streetwear?
Yeah. The first purchase that like they're doing like a collab or like something that.
No, my first purchase was like skate stuff. Yeah, not skateboard, like a Stussy like pant. Yeah. And then back then it was like another skate brand. Like it's really famous back then. It's not. They don't have it anymore. It's called Sophisto. Yeah, it's like really old school. Yeah, I had like a cap, and then of course Stussy I bought.
How did the skating thing connect with
I was hanging out with the graffiti kids. So back then in Hong Kong it was an international school, so there were kids doing graffiti, and then there were skater kids. I was kind of into graffiti. And then there was a shop in Hong Kong, it was called BFD. So it's like the first skate shop. Like DJ Tommy's from there, and then like all these, Sam Lee used to like hang out there. So they sold spray cans there, like spray paint. And then they sold Stussy, they sold all the skate stuff there. So that's why we hung out with the skaters, and then the graffiti guys is there, and then
it's kind of a community.
yeah. That's how things happen for us.
And then what did you study? Like
Graphic design? Even though I didn't graduate, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because I always kind of like that. Yeah. because like graphic design is like it's mixed media. Like you learn a little bit about photography, you know, I learned a bit about typography. That was a big part of graphic design, right? And then you learn color, right? Theory and all that, like proportion, everything. Like it could be applied on clothing, you know. Clothing is another canvas. Like shoe is like another canvas. Like how you see it, like how the flows, right?
Any like special moment that you remember
Special moment,
Yeah.
like
about the street scene when you like first got in, like oh wow, something like any event like
it's the opening of my shop. Yeah, the one you saw on the
yeah
post, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, I think.
Everybody there. I
Yeah.
think like Futura,
Yeah.
like the big one.
Yeah. So that was a crazy. And then I guess my second shop. Well, it's not really my shop, but you know, I took care of it. So I helped Nike open the Nike Lab in Shanghai. So the opening of that was pretty crazy. I think that's another turning point of street fashion that I don't think you know. So that day, Virgil was there. So Virgil wasn't famous yet, right?
Yeah.
But of course, he's always a humble guy, super cool guy. Virgil was there, Matthew Williams was there, so all the Kanye people were there, right? And then the HBD people were there, Hood Buyer people, all of them were there. That was when they first met the Nike guys. Yeah. And then from then, that's when everything started. Off-White, Matthew Williams, Which one?
Matthew Williams.
Elise.
Elise.
That's a daughter's name. Yeah. So it started from that shop. It was my event, my opening.
Yeah. It's like he gave birth to.
No. It was just a moment.
No. Yeah. But I mean, like.
But of course, it was my idea
It's like,
of
like
getting these people to come.
Yeah, a kickstart for something, you know.
Yeah. So the guy who takes care of the collabs in Nike, like the head guy, not the head guy, but like he's like the lead. He's there. Yeah. He's also a very good friend of mine. Like my shoe was through him when it was my collab. Yeah. So he's been in the scene forever. He's also a very good DJ. Yeah.
Did you have to go to the headquarters?
Yeah. That's a good moment, I think. Yeah. Also I guess also like working at Nike. And then, I mean, I started off as a sneakerhead, right? You know, had my own shoe, and I worked for the company, and I've been to, you know, I've done so much with the company together, right? Building something together, but also going to where it all started. That's pretty cool, I think. Like, Phil Knight being there, you know, and then I was, while working in Nike, also like meeting some of the greatest athletes of all time, like Kobe. Yeah, so Kobe
You
is
met him?
yeah, super cool dude. So he came to my store. I had to give him a tour, and we chatted. Yeah, and then 2 times he came to the store. So he like remembered me. I was surprised. So it's like mad respect. Bye-bye. And then second guy would be Roger Federer. He is super cool guy. Like, dude, you can tell he's just a good, cool guy, man, you know? Like, he wanted to talk to everyone in that event. Of course, it was closed door. It was like a small event, only like 70, 80 people maybe. But he wanted to talk to everyone. Yeah. So, super nice guy. And then, like, the agent and, like, the coach is like, oh, you got to tell him to leave, man. You got to go to Rolex. They're paying us. They're like, yeah, they're joking. But, you know, he was very genuine. Like, he knew people wanted to meet him. This is this event is for meeting him. Yeah. So he wanted.
Shanghai was the place where everybody.
It was the place. Yeah.
stopped by.
Yeah.
But I remember at Intersect, I went with Pleasure, and we
Yeah.
stayed at a hotel. It was an NBA game. I think it was like Golden State versus.
Oh, the China game.
Yeah, and then everyone was staying at the same hotel.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, there's like KD,
Yeah.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, yeah.
Just in the hotel, same hotel.
I remember you now. Because I remember there was an Asian dude with a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, now I remember.
I went to like you. And I also know the DVD shop.
Yeah. No, because that time there was so many people in town, man. And those are like the times when I'm like the most tired. Because I'm in Nike, I have to take care of everyone. I mean, you saw the Nike booth.
Yeah. It's basketball.
So I did a lot of things. I did like a street dance competition at an event. Yeah. I did the intermission of that is a rap battle. Yeah. So it was pretty cool.
Was it
In Shanghai.
the same place that they had the
It was, I don't know, it's one of those like big halls anyways, but we built it out like it was like a basketball court, like, but cool. Like, I don't know, you'll find it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Check it out, it's pretty crazy.
I feel like the street dancing part kind of like, because hip hop was what, like graffiti, like music,
Yeah.
and street dance.
Yeah,
The street dance kind of like went to the other way.
like the sport way.
Yeah, it's very sporty. Way. I don't know. I mean, I actually know a Hong Kong breakdancing.
Yeah. But some China guys are pretty good. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think Korea is really good. Yeah, Japan's really good. Thailand any good? B-boy?
Some, not much, not.
I'm sure there is.
There is, but not as much.
I think they
as
should be
they-
pretty good because the Thai stuntman is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also, like, I feel like hip hop culture here is strong too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 24 Karat was kind of like the beginning, right? Not really beginning, but like, kind of like,
What's I seen
yeah. Yeah, that's right. The Leo's boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Dude, if we keep talking, we can have like 20 episodes.
How long we got?
How long have we been talking for? At least an hour.
At least an hour.
It's like a month.
And then you find out we didn't turn it on.
Yeah, we turn on.
How long we talk?
Where do you see it? When do we start?
I think we talk a little bit.
Huh?
I think we can talk a little bit. And,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
And how did you get to Nike? Like, they come to you or you go to them?
They actually like asked me, and I thought it was a joke, and then I didn't respond.
Like, what did you do before? Like, and how they get to you?
Oh no, it was like in a club, and then like it was the Nike people are here too. I'm like, oh cool, what's up guys? He's this is the guy who did the first, not the first collaboration, it would be second, like collaboration in China with us, right? Introduced me. Oh, this is like the new VP marketing. Then it's like some British dude. He's like, oh, cool. He's like, oh, have you ever thought of working for Nike? I was like, what do you mean? I'm like, you want to hire me? I'm a street kid. That was it. And then I was like, ha, and then that was it. And then 2 years later, so like during that 2 years, I actually quit my first shop, right? Because my dad actually asked me a question. He was like, "Yo, what do you want in life?" I'll be like, "I don't know, like stable life." He's like, "Oh, you're gonna get married with family and kids or whatever." I'll be like, "Yeah, of course, you know." He's like, "Would you see yourself stable having just the shop, or what's your plan?" Right? Well, maybe 2 or 3 other shop. But he's like, "Would that make you stable?" I was like, "Maybe not. It's not like a 9-to-5 job, right?" So he's like, "Oh, I have this like kind of retirement plan and project." He's like, "Have you ever thought about coming help me out?" right? My dad's like a developer. So anyhow, and the shop's lease was coming up, right? So I was like, oh, okay, fine. Quit or not, or find a new place. I was like, yo, you know what? Let's quit because I want stable. I want to, you know. So that's when my shop closed, and it actually became Juice, and I stepped away. Yeah. And then my dad was done with the retirement project. That took about 2 years. Then I was actually pretty much jobless. So I was thinking to myself, oh, remember, I think Nike was asking me if I wanted a job. I was like, it doesn't hurt to ask. So I like called the person. I was like, are you guys hiring? Like, I'm interested. So they hit me back. It was like a kind of not expected like position, like quite high.
Yeah.
I was pretty nervous, I would tell you. Like I was like, because I never really had a real job. Like not a real job, but like a big corporation, right? So I was surprised. Yeah. But I didn't like. I would say once I got into Nike, like my boss had a lot of faith in me. He's like, you're gonna kill it. I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna kill it, man. I never worked in a big corporation. I'm like nervous, you know. But I survived for 10 years. Yeah. So a lot of things I didn't know I know. Yeah, I knew how to do it. But it's not from learning from an institution, you know. It was from in the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, running my brand and stuff like that. Yeah. So, boss is pretty crazy, I would think. Like, that's why I still keep in contact with him. Like, he knows. Like, I'm not saying he found, like, the good guy, but, like, I'm surprised that he knew I could do it. Yeah. And he knew, like, kind of like he needed some street touch to, you know, some of the stuff. Yeah.
But 10 years, it's a long time, but it's not a long time.
It felt kind of quick because I had a good time. Yeah, I mean, it was good. Yeah, like I think I did quite a bit of things that I'm pretty proud of. Yeah, like the marathon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of run crews happening in Bangkok. I saw. Yeah, but I think those were like kind of like globally that time was like the most popular. Yeah. And then sneakers, I did a lot of sneaker stuff. I launched a lot of shoes, like a lot of shoes that people liked. That, you know, I did probably like I don't know how many pairs. Yeah.
What do you think about it now?
I think it's a little different. Like our era is like, yeah, I dress for that shoe. Like I'll pick the shoe I want to wear because I know that's the hot shoe and like that's limited. Like maybe only how many pairs in the world. So if I walk out, people know, dude, this guy knows what's going on. Wow, that shoe is like only how many, and dress up for that shoe. And now people are like, dress and get a shoe to match that outfit. Yeah. So that started when like the whole fucking bullshit Panda Dunk shit. Like everyone tried to wear the same shit. Everyone got to get a Panda Dunk, you know. Yeah.
That kind of override the system.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the internet bullshit. Like everyone now wants to be the same. I don't know why. Everyone wants the go-yard bag. That's a guy. You know, it's funny. Like for me, if I know that's a Thai, like tourist in China, they gotta have a go-yard bag. You know, that's like a Thai symbol. You know?
Yeah. For haiso.
Yeah. It's funny. And then, yeah. I'm not stereotyping, but kind of understanding where the popular things are happening around Asia. Yeah. It's funny. Yeah.
And I feel that back then, street fashion, we have to wait. Like, okay, this drop, like this limited one, and then we have to wait. And then
before things made sense, and there was a story, it's interesting. Now it's just like,
I feel like
it's no fucking meaning, dude. Yeah, it's just like two brands together. It's like, okay, and then what? Yeah. It's like no story behind it. Yeah.
And also like 10 years ago, for example, like H&M do like
Collaboration, right?
yeah with Bowman or something.
Yeah.
People like go for Q and wave.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
now
yeah.
they're just like if like they do that again.
Now everything is like crossover.
Yeah. So like right now it's
I think I told you that a couple nights ago when we were like in a Grab ride, right? I told you when, is it you or I think it was Rio? But anyways, when high fashion or luxury fashion touch street, we're in trouble because people instinct is like I gotta dress the most expensive shit, so people know, like impress. See, people always try to impress people they don't know. Yeah, I guess it's in our nature, but. Like Instagram.
Almost like the intention of buying clothes is you buy clothes for yourself or you just buy clothes
For other people, yeah. But the majority of people is for people. Yeah.
But you can also wear something that makes you feel good, and I think by doing that you radiate confidence.
Yeah.
So people know you look good, not because you wear this brand, you have this shirt.
I think people now is like other people giving them confidence. Like validation, but for me, it's like I validate myself. You know, I look good, then I go out. Yeah, I don't care what you think.
Because people that knows.
I'll ask my wife if do I look good with this shoes?
Yeah.
My wife has style, so I ask her.
Do you remember yesterday we went to the chicken restaurant and I saw the boss watch?
Yeah. Oh, he got PP, man.
You know, like it's not flashy.
Yeah.
But if you know, like,
You know, like he got taste.
that guy is wearing a.
If he's like a country guy, he probably has the bling bling
Yeah.
gold
Yeah,
Rolex,
yeah,
right?
Gold Rolex,
Yeah.
chain.
Yeah.
Go chain.
You got one of those like small, expensive bags.
Like, understand, like Richard Mille is a lot more,
Yes.
but to me that's more country. PP has more taste. Yeah. Richard Mille is like too how. Yeah, I don't know how to say that in English. Overnight billionaire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You call it too how?
Too how, like country rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, country.
there is like one prisoner named Tu Hao from China live in Thailand.
What do you do?
Like
Spend money?
he got rich by like
Scam?
scamming people and his name is Tu Hao.
Oh.
So I feel that maybe he not name his name not Tu Hao, but
Also, people give him a nickname?
yeah, right? I don't know.
But that's just kind of like, it goes back to music, right? Like, if this guy got money, the first thing they're going to buy is, they're going to walk into Louis Vuitton and buy the bag with the most Louis Vuitton sign.
Yeah.
And they're going to go to like Rolex, like buy the
Most bling,
watch.
yeah.
But like, I guess it's like music, they're going to listen to the top 10. Because that's the top 10 I get. And if you look, oh shit, like, watchmaking, you know, there's levels of like, different kind of watch, and like, you want mechanic watch, or you want like,
Manual.
watch, you know. And that goes to everything, even fashion, right? Like, if you buy, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like, certain things that value because the quality, it matches the value. Something is just like marketing. And I think people should spend more time looking at the value. Are you buying this because it shows off something that it doesn't even relate to you, or you're buying it because you feel?
I think people now, like if they go in a luxury store, like I go to a luxury store, you know, some stuff is nice, right? But if it's like overpriced and I don't think it's worth it, then I probably won't get it. But people will go for like the big logos. But I think we're looking for stuff that is very discreet. Yeah. Like,
Just feel it looks good overall.
yeah. And like stuff that is like never go old. That you can keep wearing. You know? Yeah. The streetwear is never get old. It's always the same shit. Usually. Yeah.
It's always t-shirt. It's always gonna be t-shirt.
Yeah. T-shirt for sure.
T-shirt and sneaker.
Yeah.
Even though like
Jeans.
sneaker right now is like
Pretty boring.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like
Plus, I think it's just different direction. People still wear shoes. It's not like you wear shoes.
Yeah.
They just wear different shoes.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's more. The Crocs are crazy big right now.
I still can't do Crocs.
Crocs is
I can't.
You try?
No. Like
I think my dad got me a pair, and I was thinking that it's squeak when I.
didn't Pleasure do a pair? Didn't give you one? No, but I understand why it's like so comfy, in a way. But I think, well, I mean, people bought it is because like the whole trend started with the daddy shoe, big chunky shit, right? But of course, Balenciaga took it to like next level. It was like, hate that fucking shoe. I'm sorry. The Balenciaga one, like the Terminator shoe. You don't like Gundam. Anyways.
Now the trend is like 3D printing your whole feet, so it's like
Big.
It fits perfectly.
Oh.
You look like fucking cartoon character. Yeah.
It's like a space alien.
It's like RoboCop.
Like a Tom.
It's more personalized. Like everything is more tailored for
Yeah.
each person.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the future.
And then, but you know, I still think I dress the same as when I was young.
Yeah, I think it's just you have a lot of t-shirts. You have a lot of shoes.
But when I got married, I wore sneakers.
What you wear on your?
I wore the Mercurial free, like a HTM one. Yeah. I actually wore it's funny, like your Scottish friend. Yeah, tan. I wore a kilt, right? They call it kilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not a kilt. It's a pair of shorts, but it has like a piece of extra fabric on the side, and then you can put it here like that, and then it becomes a kilt. And then if you take it away, and then there's a place to hook it, and there's like an extra piece of fabric here. It's like shorts. Yeah. Yes. And then I was wearing like a Mercurial high top, like a Nike fly knit. It's kind of looked like their boot, you know. Yeah. I was just missing that instrument. And I didn't wear a tie or tuxedo. It's just kind of very. I mean, it's still a suit, but very casual.
But you look, you're your best.
Yeah. Still kind of my character.
In your way, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my wife picked it up. I liked it. Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, I think we good.
How long is it? That's how long, and I can tell you how many episodes.
Yeah. Oh.
You think people want to listen to us talk bullshit?
I think I hear more about the travel.
Yeah, more traveling.
1 hour 22
Oh,
minutes.
that's good.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's 1 hour.
You cut it.
If you cut it, it's 1 hour.
I think you have to listen to it and see.
Like which one should go first? Like.
You can actually cut and paste
Yeah,
even, I think,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Payne.